What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Friday, January 14th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Well, I hope that you've had a great week. I hope you're doing well. Sending you all my best. I know it's kind of a mixed bag out there, so I know some people are doing really well right now, and I know a lot of people are going through it. So it's just kind of, finding your groove. Of course, it's Friday, and Mercury did station and go retrograde this morning at 3:41 a.m. on the West Coast and 6:41 a.m. on the East Coast of the United States. So, we're in some stopped energy here, and I think today's a good, especially in the morning, if you're catching this early, like to really take a snapshot of where your life's at right now, kind of a still frame of your own thoughts, of what you've been contemplating. Definitely, it's time to kind of not push too far forward with new information or things. Like, this is a time to kind of go back over a lot of the stuff that we've done over the last couple weeks here and reevaluate what's going on. So we might be noticing themes coming up, especially with a Venus retrograde, and Uranus is stationing and about to go direct here on the 18th, so just 4 days away. There's definitely backwards energy, stopped energy. So we're in this a little bit of a mixed bag of some of that stuff, but it's time to, a lot of inward processing too, especially with Uranus still retrograde. So we do have these 3 planets retrograde, and a lot of them deals with our mind. A lot of them deals with our future, with people. Mercury in Aquarius, Uranus deals with people, friends, groups, a lot of ideals, what we're envisioning. So it's okay to take your foot off the gas here in Capricorn season for a little bit. And, make sure that, hey, whatever comes. It's unpredictable times. Like, that's the truth of the matter, too. So, wanting all the solutions to problems right now or where the future is going is just, we're not going to find them all yet, to put it simple. But there's shocking insights that are going to show us the way with the square to Uranus, and even Mercury getting a little bit of that taste of Saturn conjunction. So there's something about the insights and the radical sort of directions, or the stuff that's in your personal life and the community or your environments, that are getting kind of, there's a grow up here. There really is. And even retrogrades, they do mature us. They do have us look more within to kind of traverse where we're ultimately going and what that's going to look like with people. So I do want to just say too, Mercury retrograde, we get this 3 times a year. We get it the most. Mercury is the smallest planet. Like, these are little things. Like, people trip on Mercury retrograde. And yes, this is an intense Mercury retrograde. It starts out square Uranus and it finishes at 24 degrees in Capricorn with Pluto. So yeah, there's a lot that's getting uncovered, of course, and there's a lot of great insight, and there's unpredictable change that could be happening. So there's something here about not wanting to just fix everything or have a solution to every problem, but we do want to flow. Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces is definitely teaching us a lot about the flow, and that's where the gifts are. And Jupiter is out of shadow here in Pisces. The North Node and the South Node are about to switch signs, so that means that South Node coming into Scorpio, Jupiter's not going to deposit that anymore. So we are so close to getting a strong Jupiter with no South Node tied to it, not with Saturn in its fall position, with Pluto. Like, we're about to feel Jupiter again. It's been a long time. So I think that, that's something just to be hopeful for too. And it's like there's so much great wisdom on this journey that you're going to be able to feel that's going to come in. And our mind can definitely want to have everything figured out or be getting shocked, or definitely unpredictable things can be showing up in our life. But with Saturn there, these are grow-up moments to kind of flow with the unpredictability of our reality. Even as an astrologer, it's like, wow, I really want to know what's coming. But, there's something about the experience, So here we are getting to kind of reevaluate the human experience and our human mind. And Aquarius is a good reminder that we are human. It is the only human in the zodiac. If you look at the wheel and the signs and how they're represented with animals mostly, or Libra, the scales, Aquarius is the human. So we're getting a look at how human we are, And the sun is getting ready to meet with Pluto. It's at 24 degrees of Capricorn, so we're starting to feel this deep dive into our human nature and into our dedications, of course, and a lot of the Capricorn things in life that we're trying to pursue or build or accomplish. But there's something about getting into our emotions, and I think that's where the moon is trying to figure a lot out as well, and trying to have this kind of mental understanding of where our emotions are. The sun will be at 24, so there's a quality to today that is about really looking for beauty and harmony in our life and dedicating to that. But we have to go inward, I think, and take a snapshot of what is out of balance or alignment so that we can actually come to the truth of the matter and feel what that's going to be like, in our environments, of course. The moon will also oppose Mars, and there's going to be some T-square energy to Neptune. So there's a lot of pressure here on this Neptune, and I mean, for some people, I feel like they're in a great place of like, I'm just going to flow and see what the universe is going to bring me. And I think some people are trying to, they're almost overcomplicating things. And I feel like that's where we're at right now. We can overcomplicate so much of reality by trying to have it so put together and so practical. And especially with a moon square Neptune and Mars coming off the square Neptune, like there's a sensitivity to it. So we're all like looking for beauty and big things in life. And I think that we can feel very inwardly called to things. And I think the intuition can be very strong. But we do have to like take the rose-colored glasses off and look at things for what they truly are if we want to find the balance. So today could be pretty rose-colored glasses, but also hypersensitive and picking up on, I would say, a lot of what's going on with people around you, especially maybe family or people you live with. You could really be feeling into what they're feeling right now. But that's the hard part, is we're also trying to deal with our own emotions today, and really the sun's like illuminating this deep dive into our soul here with this conjunction with Pluto. So we got to remember to come back into ourselves, come back into our own feelings, and not get too lost in all the bigger stuff or other people. Of course, we want to have compassion and be caring. And if we have the capacity to, really be there for someone, of course, that's amazing. And that could provide a lot of magic for you and whoever in life that you're, maybe lending a hand to. So there's definitely a high level of compassion, or, bringing some sense of beauty out into the world today. But also make sure that, there's, Venus retrograde in Capricorn, the sun's here about to meet with Pluto. We can put on a mask and forget about our own stuff. And we got to be looking at the truth of the matter in our own life too, in our own feelings, and not, be too worried about this public image or this, holding it all together. Like if we need to break down a little bit to figure things out, to take that snapshot, to reevaluate where the future's going and what that's going to look like with people and relationships, family dynamics, like this is a good day to look at that stuff. I'm not saying pull the trigger, but it's a good day to see where you might be coming, like where some of the unpredictability might come up in your life. Maybe it's about this stuff that's closer, and maybe it's little things. And, we try and make little things big things all the time, but maybe we have to look at it as such, like, oh yeah, that's actually just it's just a little thing. I'm not going to trip. I'm going to pivot if I need to, or, make sure that you're giving yourself compassion. And I think that this Sun-Pluto conjunction, and then the full moon in Cancer that we're building up towards, talk about a deep dive emotionally. Talk about a lot being exposed within what we're trying to accomplish. A lot being exposed in society. And how does that make you feel? So we have to, not get lost too much in what's getting exposed outside of ourselves. I think it's great to pay attention to stuff, but, it's going to be most important about seeing things for what they are and being objective and not being attached, because it's also in these times too where we can get so attached or worried about what other people are doing, or the world's doing, that we're forgetting about the little things that we can reevaluate or look over in our own lives that will actually bring us the security and the comfort that we're looking for. And we're kind of on this build up to that. And of course, the moon opposite Mars is definitely, volatile emotions. So emotions are all over the place today. It's going to feel a little, we might be really starting to see what this Pluto is going to uncover in our lives, and what's mission oriented, what isn't. It could bring up fears, uncomfortable things. So Pluto definitely teaches us too, where, it's about power in life. And there's so much in life that we don't have power over. So you have to be willing to accept where you don't have power in life, because if you try to prove that you have power in something right now that you don't, it's going to blow up. It's going to, die. Pluto is endings and beginnings. And things might die off anyways, but it's almost like the less attached you can be and the more open you can be to what's going to regenerate and what's new, that you're likely going to feel better. But we're into some deep territory. This weekend's like extremely intense as that moon comes into Cancer and builds up for the full moon on Monday. So a lot to look at, of course, and we are starting to see Venus now at 15 degrees making that semi-square to the south node. And of course, it's a sesquiquadrant over to the north node. So it's definitely there's a weird thing going on here with our relationship dynamics, with people, with our self-confidence, our self-worth, our values, money, that's getting a hard belief check as Jupiter's still square the nodes in orb of that. So, I think we're at a place where we're all like feeling like, yes, there's a change and something's coming, and there's a way to roll with it, and then there's a way to try and force, our hand. And Pluto's going to give us a pretty good lesson, I think, and a lot of people in the collective, is like where we think we have power right now and what we have control over, and it's going to show us pretty quickly that we don't have that. So I think that's big for relationships with a Venus retrograde too. Is like there can be power struggles going on within relationship dynamics, within job, career dynamics. There's a lot that's getting worked over in Capricorn. Remember, Mercury's coming back to that Pluto in retrograde and stationing in Capricorn, and Mars is coming in. So we're just getting started with, it's crazy, we're just getting started. We're in it, but there's more of this dedication stuff to come. So right now we're reevaluating what that's going to look like. And the belief around the matter too is in a very strange place. It can feel like some of the greatest desires are complete illusion right now. And that would be, kind of a mental trap, because our mind's also in a place of like, it's just went retrograde, square Uranus. Like, we can definitely put ourselves in some very anxious place. Not every question has an answer right now. And that doesn't mean that we won't get the answer. There's something about Capricorn that's patient too. So I think the more patient we can be right now, without jumping the gun or getting overly worked up, the better, because there's a lot we need to look at right now. And it's a lot that we need to look at within our own self in so many different areas, and how we react to the outer and how we feel in the inner. And whatever that is, like, that's where the lesson is, and that's where we're going to learn a lot and have the stimulation that we're actually looking for, and not the stimulation that we're not looking for. So, hope that was helpful. I do appreciate you all very much, as always, and I hope that you're having a great week, and I hope this was helpful. See what the card is for the day. Ten of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I would say, we can already feel a little tired, trying to maybe start the new chapter in the new cycle and force our hand in it and like let's rethink things. There's just something little that hasn't shown up yet, or maybe it's starting to show up, or by this weekend or even Monday, like it kind of shows up. So on this Friday, it's like, don't get discouraged if things are taking their time. Patience is good because it's going to show you the little things that need to be paid attention to really start the new cycle. So the end of this January is very interesting. We're going to want to push and achieve and make big things happen, and we still can. So it's not like just stop and give up, but we're also going to see where we need to get in more of an alignment with what we're trying to do, and how we're going to understand that, how we're going to relate to these things. We're going to learn more about our value for ourselves and our worth in that way. So, and then it's going to be go time. So like I've been saying, February, March is so go time. It's going to blow your minds, and patience to get there without tripping in the meantime is going to be so helpful. And I think this Friday is going to be the first big check on our patience, and a lot of it's going to be in our trust and surrender, and it's going to test us on how much we think we have control in some situation that we ultimately don't have control over. So we're about to turn over a new leaf with this card. I like the Ten of Wands reversed, because we can want to drop the weight and just start over fresh, but there's something about kind of being patient and just seeing really what we want, what our heart's into. So that's what these retrogrades are going to help with. It's beautiful in many ways, and I just hope that nobody's trying to jump. We don't want to like jump too far ahead right now, or get too attached to a future outcome just yet. Day by day, steady will win the race, and it will get you onto the new cycle, and that new cycle is going to be, you're going to be happy that you were patient. Trust me. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful Friday, and I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you for the weekend forecast tomorrow. Much love. Peace.